Hey everyone, welcome to the intro video for Destiny Moon Inquiring. I'm just going to start this off with a quote by Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. He said, if you're not embarrassed by the first version of your product, then you've launched too late. So here it goes. I've been told many times in the past I should write a book. And I was always going to write that book, and I was going to write it anonymously, and I have written part of it. But it's kind of turned into something else now. And when I talked about writing and doing these videos anonymously, my friend James-Olivia, who is a big part of this project, said to me, to wish yourself out of the equation is to negate the unique gift you bring to the world. And I really took that to heart, and I decided I needed to be fearless and I needed to be compassionate and loving, which I hope I've always been anyway. And if you want love and compassionate relationships, and those things are important to you, this page will be for you, because that's what we want this to be about. So let's help us. I want you to help us do that. So we'll talk more about that in a second. There's been a little tickle in my subconscious brain that I was destined to do something, and I wasn't ever really sure what it was. And I always distracted myself with all this busy stuff all the time. And I'm a pretty A-type personality, and always busy and always doing stuff, and a very full life. And my thoughts started to become much, much deeper, and I started to be more present and more aware and more conscientious of how I spoke with people. And it was important to me to have compassionate, loving relationships with people more and more. And I really still needed to find my purpose, and I didn't know what it was. And I had a wisdom writer, Janet Reyes, say to me, you need to be still, take care of yourself, and your purpose will emerge. And I waited, and then more time passed, and I was practicing constantly on all of this. And then I met Nora Dakima, who is an energy healer, and she talked to me over a 3.5-hour period of time, and then told me what my purpose was to be, and that was to be a messenger. And I was to communicate through mastering peace and love and helping others to connect with each other through a full range of emotional experiences. And I could totally hear that. I completely, because I had the challenge in writing, she told me I should be reading and I should be writing, and I needed to just read everything. And I had a challenge writing, so I started doing some voice recordings to kind of get my thoughts clear. And then I called James-Olivia, we've been collaborating on different workshops and things together, and she said, and I said, we need to do videos. That's where it is. This is 2017. We need to do videos. And she said, of course we do, and she's always, open to everything. And she just has this incredibly open heart, and you're going to hear a lot more about her as well and from her. And so when that thought came into my head, a bang happened. A bang happened when all of this, I was like hit with a slimmer. And there was a simple Facebook post that a very amazing, wonderful friend of mine had written, and it was met with a really hated response, and it broke my heart. And I don't post a lot of things politically, or I just don't post that kind of stuff on Facebook, but apparently I'm going to now. And I thought there needs to be a way to communicate through controversy with compassion and love. So that's what this is about. And then I started writing. Really writing, because I was writing what I needed to talk about in videos and what we needed to do. And honestly, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. All I know is that I'm doing it. And I am not going to wait for the perfect model, but I am excited to see what this is going to morph into. And right now I am working with somebody on trying to put together a video and a conversation with, and I think it's going to be very important to us in our little Arizona community in Tucson. And what I need from you guys is I need you to be part of this with us. And so what I'm asking you is that if you have something that's in your heart that you want to talk about and you want to put it out there and you're willing to be vulnerable and have this conversation with me, I would love to do that. And we can sit down and talk about how we want that to happen, and we'll put it together, and you know what? It can never hurt. So let's do this. Let's do this shit together. So as we will always do, I'm going to end with a quote by James-Olivia. Are you ready? To change the world, start with a single breath. A single conscious breath is a radical act of love. Remember, we are changed by love. In the space of a single mindful breath, we short circuit our real physiological fight or flight response and create the space to choose whether we will come to the table with aggression or with compassion, in a state of panic or in a state of clarity, with a limited focus on what we think is wrong or with a vision of all that is possible when we slow down and listen for the best in ourselves. Thank you, James-Olivia Hillman, and thank you for listening, and I hope I get to hear from you soon. Love you guys.